what is happening in Canada in the last few days. Today is Monday, we are only speaking about yesterday. Everybody knows what has happened, and today indeed is a very dark day in the history of Canada. Today, Hinduism is under attack in this beautiful country that we call home. But it is not a new phenomenon. People filled with hate have always been trying to destroy Satya Sanatan Dharma since the beginning of history. In the recent history of Bharat, the British came to trade, they never left, then they tried to destroy Hinduism. Satya Sanatan Dharma ko todne ki prayas kiye hain. After the British, then the Muslim invaders came. When they came also, Satya Sanatan Dharma ko mithane ki prayas kiye hain. They tried to wipe Hinduism off of the face of the earth. They destroyed our temples, they burned our mandirs, they tried their best to destroy our shastras. Always the Hindus are struggling. Always the Hindus are facing some kind of crises. Even when the British left, they did partition before they leave to ensure a generational problem will be there. A generational problem will remain. Aaj tak, even today, there is constant conflict in that part of Bharat. Even today, Hindus in Kashmir, in their own land, they call themselves refugees. Kya aap kalpana kar sakte ho? That Hindus in their own part of Bharat are calling themselves refugees. Still, Bharat is a symbol of strength. Bharat is a symbol of prosperity. India never begs for anything. Bharat kabhi dunya se bheek nahi mangte hain. Democracy flourishes in India. You all have seen what happened in Bangladesh in the recent past. How many real democracies exist in that part of the world? And yet, there are so many people who hate Hinduism. And by extension, then they hate Bharat Desh. Why? They hate us because we are successful. They hate us because we have a functioning democracy. They hate Hindus because Hindus are educated. We pray to Mata Saraswati and we send our children to school and we make sure they become the best doctors, teachers, engineers. In Bharat, there is so much freedom. Women have freedom. And much more freedom than many countries in the world. This hatred for Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma ko विरोध करते 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 पागल हो गए. They hate India and Bharat and Hinduism so much that they have become mad with their hatred. This Western world that is always criticizing Bharat, they cannot even maintain official diplomatic ties with Tibet because they are scared of what China will say. They cannot mention anything about human rights violation in China, yet still they always attack Bharat. They always attack India. They always have something to say. A country that is a federal republic with free elections, just like Canada, just like the USA. Still, India has to always tolerate insults. The media always try to portray India as a dangerous country. Bandhu, there is no more division to be had in the modern world. No modern country will accept any kind of separation. No modern country will accept any kind of division. What did Canada say when the French asked for their own state in Quebec? Did they give them what they wanted? In the US, do you know that Florida and Texas, sometimes they say we want our own state? Do you think the USA will ever allow that? Nobody will ever allow that. In this country, everybody has the right to protest. We accept that. We believe in that, freedom of speech. When the Muslim students protested for Palestine, the Western governments, the Western media, they condemned them. They blacklisted them. When the truckers protested in Ottawa during COVID, their bank accounts were frozen by this country. Such harsh punishments were given to these protesters. And yet still, when these Khalistani extremists are protesting outside of a mandir, when they force their way inside of the gates of this mandir, inke haath mein danda leke aaye hain, they come with sticks and they hit our devotees on the head. Nothing happens to them. In fact, nobody even calls their name. Look at all of the official statements from all of the leaders of this country. You'll never see the words Khalistani extremists. Everyone says we call for peace, we denounce violence. We also call for the same thing. But it is Canadian Hindus that are being attacked. That is not a protest, that is an attack on Canadian Hindus. Bandhu, we like to say that this country has rule of law. Our Prime Minister loves to use this phrase. Where is the rule of law when people are forcing their way into a temple and beating devotees and trying to infiltrate this temple? Where is the rule of law? Why is it not protecting our Canadian Hindus? How can we have police standing there and allowing this